So thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Goldberger, for having us again. And yeah, let me start by introducing the University of Hildesheim. First by telling you where is Hildesheim. So Hildesheim is rather in the north of Germany. It's in Lower Saxony. And we have about 100,000 inhabitants. It's not that big city, but yeah, 100,000 inhabitants, nice people here. So we are located near the capital city, Berlin, and we have also an airport here nearby, the airport of Hanover. That's good. So Hildesheim is very clean, a very green city with beautiful lakes around and woods. And yeah, you should be here one day, so it's worth to visit Hildesheim. So we also, what is special for Hildesheim, we also have 2 UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Monuments, which is the St. Michael's Church and the Hildesheim Cathedral. And of course, I brought pictures of it here. This is the St. Michael's Church, very nice old building, and the Hildesheim Cathedral will follow here. And yeah, so it's a very nice city to study, very cozy city to study. And also the University of Hildesheim has some facts I would like to introduce to you. So we have about 8,500, 9,000 students here, about 100 professors, and more than 900 employees in science and administration. And we are, as you can see, a rather small university, which has an advantage, and I would like to introduce this advantage to you. You, as a student, have the opportunity to get individual support. We have short distances here and a very personal atmosphere. The professors know their students by name and by face. Of course, we have an international flair here with students from more than 50, maybe 60 countries at the moment. You can do applied research and internships in Hildesheim, and after your studies, you have an excellent professional perspective. And let me just show you quickly the university sites. We have 7 campus here at the university. The main campus is the biggest one, but we also have a cultural campus for those who would like to study cultural study programs. We have the Bühler campus, which is more or less for those who study languages. So all the campus are not far away from each other, so it's possible to reach them by foot. So as we are a rather small university, a rather small city, it's very easy to go from one place to the other. By the way, if I talk too fast, please let me know in the chat. I usually talk fast, so give me a little hint and I will try to reduce it a little bit, my tempo. So the University of Hildesheim has 4 faculties. As you can see, only 4, but this is enough to have a great offer of study programs. We have the Faculty 1, which deals with educational and social sciences. The Faculty 2 is about cultural studies and aesthetic communication. The Faculty 3 deals with linguistics and information sciences. And last but not least, the Faculty 4 is for mathematics study programs, natural sciences, economics, and computer science. So, and I would like to go more deep into the study programs now on my next slides. So if you are interested in Faculty 1, you would like to study kind of psychology or pedagogy, kind of educational sciences, maybe early childhood pedagogy, or kind of sports science with focus on sports, health, and performance, then this faculty is the right faculty for you. And you can see all offers here on this slide. By the way, I would like to give you the presentation afterwards, so you can read through this presentation afterwards very slowly, and you can step by step go through our study program, because I would like to send you an email, if you allow me, with the presentation and all other information about the university. So, but let's go on with the faculty 2. Here you can study programs like creative writing, philosophy, kinetic arts. So it's more or less a cultural study for cultural study programs. If you say, no, I would like to study languages and linguistics, this is my field, this is what I'm interested in, then the faculty 3 is the right faculty for you. It offers programs like international information management, international communication and translation. You can study text and translation in the media, or for example, you can learn German as a second language or German as a foreign language. So these are the offers in this faculty. And our faculty 4 offers study programs in the IT, in the field of IT, for example, business informatics, information management, information technology, applied IT or information technology. And in this faculty you can also study, for example, the master data analytics, which I will mention on my next slide, because there's a specialty in this master, because this is an international master. So we have international study programs, which means you can study those programs in English. So for all the other study programs, you have to have German language knowledge to study them. But for these two programs here, the Bachelor Global Information Management and the Master Data Analytics, you don't need German language knowledge to apply. You just start with English, or the whole study course is in English. The whole study program is in English. So we would like to offer more English language programs, for example, software engineering or cognitive systems. They will come soon. Are offered soon at our university. But if you are interested in one of those programs, yeah, I can tell you more about them now. So the Bachelor Global Information Management deals with IT and communication. It's a combination of both fields, and you study this bachelor for 4 years. And the good thing is you learn German in parallel. That means you start in English, you start to this bachelor in English, and then you just have German language courses in parallel. You also will have an internship, which we organize for you within this bachelor. And the content of this bachelor is more or less the information science, information retrieval and management. You have classes in English and German. You have human-computer interaction courses. We have a buddy program that buddies from the University of Hildesheim support you as new students within this program. And if you say, oh, this sounds great, I would like to start my career at the University of Hildesheim with this bachelor, then you can apply for this program for the winter semester 24-25 in March 2024. So you have some time to prepare for it. The next application period starts in March 24. So the next international master is the Master Data Analytics. This master program takes about 2 years, so 4 semesters regularly. And it deals with machine learning, modern optimization techniques. So we have 2 students here who study this program, so they can answer maybe questions if you have them after the presentation, more or less about this study program. So it's about big data analytics and IT. It's an IT study program, which is taught completely in English. If you are interested in this, you can still apply for this program until the end of June. So now maybe you ask yourself, how can I apply at the University of Hildesheim? What should I do? How can I do it? What application documents do I have to hand in and where? So maybe the next slides will answer your questions. In general, to apply at the University of Hildesheim, you do this via an application portal of UniAssist. UniAssist is an organization that supports us in checking international documents, in checking the application documents for students, for international students, and they just do some preparation work for us, and then they resend the documents to us to enroll the students. Maybe if they just send or hand over all application documents for the program. And the exemption here is the Master of Computer Science programs, because for these programs you don't apply via UniAssist but via the online application portal of the University of Hildesheim. So it differs a little bit here how to apply and where to apply. You have to pay, that is something I have to mention, you have to pay 75 euros for the application via UniAssist. Of course, if you say, I don't understand the system of application, I'm always there to answer questions, and you can always come to my office or just write me emails and I can support you in the application process. So what are the requirements for maybe a bachelor study program? Of course, you have to have an university entrance qualification, which is no more or less your school leaving certificate. And as I already mentioned, you need for most study programs the German language skills in C1 level. So this is a very high level, and you can prove this level via some tests I mentioned here on my presentation. You sometimes have to prove more language skills for special study programs. For example, for the Bachelor International Communication and Translation, you also have to have English, French, or Spanish language knowledge, etc. So the qualification and the documents you have to hand in vary from study program to study program. If you are interested in arts, music, and sports, sometimes you have to do kind of a test before. If you are really a person who the arts study program applies to you, you have to do some tests at the universities, etc. Qualification tests. If you would like to study a master program, it's kind of nearly the same requirements for studying. Of course, you need your bachelor degree certificate, but please keep in mind that you can only complete the master degree in the same field as your bachelor degree, so you cannot study a different field of study. Then you also, for the most study programs, you also have to prove German language skills in a C1 level. Of course, the exception are the international programs where you only need English language skills for the first step. But for the other programs, you have to prove German language knowledge in C1 level. So, and also here, sometimes you have to hand in more documents like more language skills, higher German language skills, or a motivation letter, etc. So you have to have a look at the requirements for your master you would like to study, and then you can see what to hand in. So now maybe you wonder, okay, German language course, where can I do it? I have to learn German for the master or the bachelor I would like to do. Where can I do it? Of course, if you are in Taiwan, you can learn German maybe at the Goethe Institutes you have there. There's also a Goethe Institute in Taipei. There are different test German as a foreign language test centers all over the world. There's also a language course database from the German Academic Exchange Service, and here are the links to all the possible institutions where you can learn German and make some tests. When you are in Hildesheim and you arrived here, we also offer German language courses and tests here. For example, at the Adult Education Center or at the Language Center here, we offer the University of Hildesheim does not offer preparation courses and tests for student applicants, but we also have, of course, German language courses for the enrolled students. So, if you already did your master's and say, hey, I would like to do my PhD study program here at the University of Hildesheim, then this is possible too. The application process is a little bit different. So you just contact a professor at the University of Hildesheim in your field you would like to do your thesis or your doctoral study program. You just send the documents to the professor you just that applies to you, and you send your CV. You send your copies of your certificates. You send a recommendation letter maybe from a professor from your home university, an expose, etc. So it's also possible to do your doctoral studies here at the university. So maybe I can tell you more about the times and dates here at the university. We have 2 semesters here, the summer semester and the winter semester. The summer semester starts in April and ends at the end of September. And you can apply for the summer semester in December, from December on until the 15th of January. And the winter semester starts in October and ends in March. And the application times are from June, that means from now, until the 15th of July. Of course, sometimes the application times vary from study program to study program. So it's always worth to have a look in our study offer and in our application deadlines to see until when you can apply for your study program you would like to do here. So when you applied and maybe you have a study, you have a place here to study at the university, you ask yourself, where can I live in Hildesheim? And we have some student residences here. Most students prefer this kind of accommodation, the student residences. Here you can see some pictures of our student residences. But in general, in Germany, there are 3 different housing types and options. As I said, the student residences. Then we also have private shared flats. You can find a room in this, and we have private apartments. And we support our newcomers or the new students in finding a room. We have some tips for you to find a room. You can always contact the international office. That means me and the team of the international office to get support in finding a room. So the next thing maybe you think about is the study financing. To study abroad, to study in Germany, you have to keep in mind that it costs a little bit. So you have to calculate the costs for a student program in Germany. So in Hildesheim, we are no private university, which is a good news. You don't pay tuition fees, but we have a semester fee, which is more or less 370 to 400 euros per semester. That means per every 6 months. In Taiwanese dollars, it's about 12,200. So this is what you keep in mind when you decide to study here. Then, as an international student, you apply for a visa. And when you do this, you have to keep in mind that you have to prove that you have enough financial means to study in Germany. And at the moment, this is about 935 euros, which is more or less 30,740 Taiwanese dollars. And the most students prove their financial means on a blocked account. Also, please keep in mind that every student needs a health insurance in Germany. And this health insurance is about 124 euros. That means 4,200 Taiwanese dollars per month. So this is very important to keep in mind, that you have to have a look at your financial situation. Of course, you get financial support here at the university. We have scholarships at the university you can apply for, and there are more or less more financing options here. You can work at the university, you can work in Germany. You can always, of course, have a look at the German Academic Exchange Service database, scholarship database. Maybe they offer scholarships for you, especially for your study program to study in Germany. So I'm always here to give you advice in how to apply for a scholarship, where to find the scholarship that applies to you. And of course, it is always possible to ask different people, different organizations for financing and for options to study to finance your studies. Oh, okay. So this is nearly my last, or the not many slides to go. So here you can see my contact details, or our contact details. So this is me. I'm, as I said, responsible for the international bachelor and master students. And you can always contact me here via this email address. And my colleague Ulrike Biedeker-Zimmermann, difficult name, I know, but she is responsible for the international doctoral students. So if you are interested in a PhD study program, you can contact her. She is very happy. She would be very happy to answer your questions. And we also have a web page. You can get information on it. We are on Facebook, on Instagram, and we have a YouTube channel where you can find information about the university. And I just finished my presentation in, let me say, just thank you very much for listening. I hope it was not too fast. I tend to speak too fast, I have to admit it. But if you have questions, if you could not understand everything correctly, if you have some questions about about the student life, about this study program, so I'm very, very happy. Me and and the guys here who are with me today, we are very happy to answer your questions and to be here for you now for your questions. Yeah, thank you so much.
Ms. Dannenberg, thank you so much for sharing the information. Maybe you can stop sharing the presentation. Yeah, great.
Yes.
Thank you for giving us the insight into University of Hildesheim's curricula and how to apply. I would like to ask our attendees, now it's your time. You can ask out your questions in the chat, but I also do have some questions. Am I right? Did I hear right that you said there's students from 60 countries, or more than 60 countries all over the world studying at University of Hildesheim, which is very impressive. So you're a very, very international university. I suppose there's also many students from Asia and obviously from Taiwan, as we have 2 students from Taiwan also attending today's event. Can you tell us about your Asian students, your students from Asia?
Yeah, we have. I just had a look at our statistics here beforehand, and we have, of course, students from Asia, from Taiwan. You know, as we have a lot of international students from a lot of countries, it's not so that I can say we have hundreds of students from Asia, but we have more or less 60 students from the Asian countries. So it's a small group, but it's a nice group. I love this group of students. So we have 2 representatives here. You always find people from your home country here. So that's good news. And we have students from all over the world, which is I think, interesting to meet them here on campus, to get in contact with international students from the whole world. So this is what awaits you here. And of course, German students also are here, and you can just get in a social networking thing here with all students from the university.
And I'm really curious, having Ms. Shi, Winnie Shi, and Jiang Yuwei here in today's presentation. What brought you to Hildesheim? Maybe, Ms. Shi, you can tell us. Why did you decide to study at University Hildesheim?
So, Yuwei, you want to go first, or?
Yeah, please.
Okay. For me, I can say I have two different feelings. I mean, when I was in Taiwan, why I choose the Hildesheim, because first, I love to how can I say, I love to check the assessment. So I went to a website called DAAD Campus, and it is a website you can see all the ranking, because in Taiwan we like to do ranking things. Yeah. So I checked the DAAD Campus, this website, and you can filter, for example, which subject you would like to study and what you focus on. For example, the quality of the professor or the comment of student. You can find everything on DAAD Campus. So I just check, okay, I want to study educational science, Erziehungswissenschaft. That's how what I study right now for my bachelor. So I just check this subject. Then they show me so many universities, and I found, okay, Hildesheim, they have a very good assessment. So I started to notice this university, because before, to be honest, I didn't know Hildesheim. I just like the tourists. I only know like the Frankfurt or Munich or Heidelberg. But I said, okay, there's a very small but beautiful city and university town called Hildesheim. Then I started to do my second step. So the first step is DAAD Campus. So we can check the assessment. And the second step, I started to, how can I say, to try the website, because Hildesheim University, our website, we also offer an English website. And even if they have something German, you can use Google Translator, actually. Yeah, so I check what is the difference, because educational science is very common in whole Germany. Almost, not every university, but almost every university, they offer this subject you can study. But Hildesheim, the Schwerpunkt, they focus on children, because I want to study educational science, especially for children area. Because in my study, it's more like the human development or educational things, but also for children, for teenagers, for youth, and for adults. But Hildesheim, they focus on children. So for me, okay, perfect. It's something I really want to do. So that's how I choose Hildesheim when I was in Taiwan. And of course, UNESCO area is something very attractive to me, because I love UNESCO. So Hildesheim, we have UNESCO area, and also a very cute town called Goslar, just nearby Hildesheim. It's very easy to reach by train. And they also have UNESCO area, and another city called Kassel. And you can still with our semester card, the student card, and to take the local train for free to the castle, also for UNESCO. So everything, I love UNESCO, and Hildesheim gives me UNESCO, and I love like the children area for my study, and they also offer this focus on children. So that was when I was in Taiwan, and I chose Hildesheim. Okay, so step one, DAAD Campus, because we focus on ranking, and they have a good ranking and assessment. So the second one, go to the website, so you can check what they really focus on, and we offer the English website, so it's easy for you to read. And when I am in Germany right now, what I still want to stick in Hildesheim, because in Germany you have so many opportunities. As long as you know what you are going to do, you always have very broad version to see the world. Yeah, but I still stick to Hildesheim because it's very personal thing, but I would love to share. Because we know we have the typical Taiwanese impression. We say the most beautiful thing in Taiwan is the people. So we say like of Mandarin we say 台湾最美的风景是人。Yeah, no, yeah. However, I would say my personal experience in Hildesheim, especially in Hildesheim University, is all the same feeling. I would say the people at least around me and in Hildesheim University is also very beautiful and friendly as Taiwanese people. For example, the first day when I was in Germany last year, because I just came here like 1.5 years, and I went to an event called Erste Woche, just like 新生茶会 of Mandarin in Taiwanese university. So usually you don't need to do so many study things. You just need to attend so many events, and they will show you the campus, the city, and everything you need. So I went to the event, but all my course mates, my classmates, they are German and they speak, of course, very good German. So I was the only one. I didn't understand anything, really nothing. So after 2 hours, and they say, okay, now we are going to have the small group to do the discussion. And I was so shocked, like, okay, I didn't understand anything. And now we are going to an event for like a seminar. How? So I just rushed into the desk and in front of the people from our Fachschaft. Our Fachschaft is like 系学会. So because the people from Fachschaft 系学会的人, they just show us like a PowerPoint and introduce this university. So I just rush into the desk and I say, Entschuldigung, ich verstehe nichts. It's like means, I'm so sorry, I understand nothing. And the student, he just smiled and he asked me, okay, are you international students? And I say, yes. And he said, it's amazing. It's so friendly, like Taiwanese people, because he said, okay, now we go to another classroom and I introduce everything in the presentation, but in English for you. So he spent extra 2 hours only for me and to repeat all the presentation again. I really appreciate, and now we become very good friends. He's my first friend.
This is really great service.
It's a personal
as I
service.
said, we are a rather small university and we have a private individual atmosphere, and that's what we can make possible. Yeah.
And also the professor is the second personal experience I will show you why you need to choose Hildesheim, because it's so friendly. And I think be an international student abroad, sometimes you feel loneliness or like helpless. But if people around you are so friendly and happy and always shining, then I mean you will be so brave to your life, to your study, for everything. So the second one is my professor. In Germany, we have a time we call Sprechstunde. It's like a discussion time with your professors, just like 导生时间 of Mandarin. So the first seminar, and after the seminar, of course, I didn't know anything again. So I wrote an email to my professor, and I wrote a very simple sentence, just like, okay, darf ich eine Sprechstunde mit Ihnen, aber auf English? May I have a discussion time with you, but in English? And he replied me, yeah, of course. So I went to his office, and he spent 1 hour, extra 1 hour for me to explain how the construction or what are we going to do in this semester for the seminars, but in English, to help me to understand. So I really got, I really feel, I'm totally agree what Steffi say, like we have individual support. It's from my course mate, from my professor, everything. So when I was in Taiwan, I chose Hildesheim because the good assessment and the and like the focus on children. But when I'm in Germany now, I still stick to Hildesheim, and I'm very happy and loved here just because all the people around me, I feel very beloved and blessed to be here. So that's why I'm still here. And it would be good if you also want to come because I'm still here. So at least when you come to Hildesheim, you will have the first friend. That's me. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing this experience. You did the smart thing. You looked up the internet and you found the ranking. And this is a very special ranking. I actually put up the link in the chat. This is a ranking done by subject. And I think that is very meaningful because usually what students do is they want to know what is the best university in Germany. And there is no such thing like the best university in Germany. Some universities are very strong in engineering. Other universities are strong in a different field, but there is no like the best university. And what you did, this is a subject ranking. And of course, Hildesheim, for example, is very strong in education because in its tradition, Hildesheim would be like a normal university, like in Chinese, 师范大学. So education is very strong in Hildesheim. And you really can check out that webpage. It's done like they are collecting a lot of data from different universities every year. And this is maybe a good tool to decide what subjects are strong at what universities. Okay, I would also like to ask Mr. Chiang Yu-Wei, what brought you to Hildesheim and what is your experience at this university?
Actually, I study in data analytics, so yeah. I study in master, so for me, I have to consider most about the academic perspective. So I went through the database from your site's DAAD program database, and that was 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago actually. So I look into every kind of data science, statistic, and also computer science with focus on data science. And back then, it was only a few universities does provide an English program, or either you will get a conditional admission because my German status is around B2. So yeah, I didn't get C1 eventually. So I was also applying others and also Hildesheim as well. And what I can say for my program is our professor is very good at explaining things, and we also have some students which are not from Bachelor of Mathematics or Computer Science or even electronic or electrical engineer. They maybe come from business or maybe come from mechanics. They are not fully educated with lots of kind of statistics things, and our program still accepts them here, and our professor does explain everything very well, and at least they also graduated. So I think our professor is very good at these things, and so. Now I know I just took a look into this database again. Now I know there's more and more data science or statistic master program in English, but I would still very recommend to study in Hildesheim since our program is from start already in English. So I mean, this program have more experience about dealing with the international student. They know what international students really need to know, and furthermore, we also provide the German course for international students, who barely speak no Germans. And I think it's a very nice experience to studying here. And also, if you study in master, you have to write a master thesis at the end. And there are also a lot of master thesis vacancy, so you can write your master thesis in the company. And a lot of company does provide this kind of chance in English, which means later on you can also have a chance to work there as a real worker over there, not just a part-time worker. And so if you're only speaking in English and you have no knowledge about German, and don't be panic, you can still have a very good career aspect and also good academic career aspect as well. And yeah, I mean, it's very nice and to choose here to complete my master. And yeah, if I would recommend it, I will. I think that's all. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Maybe, do I understand right, the program like Global Information Management on bachelor level, it starts out in English taught as an English taught program, and it then slowly switches over to German. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. But in the Masters of Data Analytics, the whole study program is taught in English. So this is the difference. So the bachelor starts in the Bachelor Global Information Management starts in English, and you learn German in parallel, and then you finish it in German. Yoo-hoo. But the Master Data Analytics is a whole English taught program.
Now I'm asking because actually this Global Information Management, this bachelor program, I think is also very interesting for Taiwanese students, because naturally most Taiwanese students, they do not have like C1 level German skills. So they still need some time to practice their German, to improve their German. So we have often students asking for programs like, I would like to start in English and then still in this German speaking environment, improve my German, taking German classes and actually switch over. So this is a really a relatively rare opportunity in German higher education landscape, but a very interesting program, I think.
Yeah,
So,
I think so too. Yeah, that's true. So
but of course, the master program, Jiangdid is a completely English taught program.
Yeah. So this is a new bachelor program. So we already started a few, I think 1 year ago with it. So we are curious how many applicants we will have this semester. So it's a very good program. That's true. Yeah.
May I say something
Yeah.
about the new program?
Please.
Because one of my friends, she's studying in this new program, and what I know what she's doing right now, because this bachelor program is starting in English, and it's for 4 years, right? And afterwards, when you finish, you will finish in German. So the good thing is you can still improve your English and German at the same time, because I know so many students, when they come to Germany, maybe in their hometown, they could speak good English, but afterwards in Germany, their German is getting better. However, their English is getting not so good. So this bachelor program is good. You can still keep your ability in German and in English. And you don't need to be stressful. You can just be relaxed, because you start the English probably is very familiar for almost the Taiwanese students. And you just learn German step by step during the 4 years. And the good thing is, for me, it's also a benefit, because I also took this kind of course, because in Hildesheim University, we have the Deutsch as Fremdsprache. We also have the German as foreign language course, and it's for free. You just need to sign up in our university system, and they have different level from A1, A2, B1, B2, and C1. So you can take your time when you study this bachelor program from start from English, but you can also take a free German course to improve your ability for the next year for your German course later, and you can choose which level pass to you, like A1, the basic, or B1, a little bit advanced, or C1, the high level. So it's very good for students, especially for international students. You can learning, I can say, yeah, you can learning English and German at the same time, and every course will be for free. Because not only German language class in Hildesheim, we also have English class. Because I also took that one. Because my first semester, my language ability was not good enough to take so many courses only for German for my study. So that's why my time arrangement was half time for my study. It means I will have the credit, the Leistungspunkte for my study. But the other half time, I took so many language class, no matter in English or in German, and it's all for free. It's good for your financial thing. Yeah, and we also have a very good teacher. For example, my German teacher in the university, she's also teaching English, and she's also teaching at Bosch. It's a very big German company, Bosch. So it's our yeah, that's our teacher. So she's a very qualified and very good quality to teach us. So you can have a Bosch, English channel in Bosch and also in Hildesheim. So that's how you can learn English and of course German, because she's talented because she also taught us German. And she also do the training for the English speaking company, but in Germany. So she also trained these employees and how to speak German for your career or something. So that's our teacher. But in Hildesheim, you can have everything. I really recommend it. Okay, thank you.
Like to do all these courses. Very smart. That's good to hear. Yeah.
Because I need it. Otherwise, I cannot speak. I cannot communicate with people. But I love people. I want to talk.
So obviously, Hildesheim is the place to be. Also very good that you address this problem. I mean, many students, they concentrate so much on studying German and they forget all about English. And of course, that shouldn't happen because English is, of course, an important language. So really, Hildesheim gives you the opportunity to learn both languages or even more. And yeah.
Yes.
So really take the opportunity and study at Hildesheim. More Taiwanese students should be in Hildesheim, I think.
Yeah, we would love to have you here. So, yeah.
I can add one more thing. Yeah, so since we need to talk about financial support, and I think what's the best part to study in Hildesheim is we don't have very such high expenses like you live in a big city. So yeah, if you have some not issue that you have to save some money, yeah, this is also a nice city to study.
So good on your expenses for free German classes, almost paradise. And maybe a good experience to be in a smaller in a smaller German city, coming from a very large, usually large Taiwanese city. I think that's also a very good experience. So thank you so much for introducing your university and your programs to us. Hopefully we'll see each other soon again at different online events or even in Taiwan. And of course, I hope that our participants will see you in Hildesheim.
Yes. So we have to thank you very, very much for having us, for hosting us here. And yeah, I'm very happy to have all the students here. If you have questions, just come back to us, just write emails to me. And then, yeah, I'm very happy to explain more about the university. So thank you very much for your time and have a good evening.